Welcome to the Power Packed Podcast. Please be quiet and courteous and silence your cell phones now. Be sure to grab some snacks and concessions, located in the lobby. And now our feature presentation. Prepare for butter.
All the time, wondering if maybe I'm losing my mind. Stepping out to the horizon enemy, or maybe I'm going out to sea. Maybe you should know by now. When I get back, everything will be alright. Seems like I'm out to sea every single night. I hope this old boat will stay afloat as we go.
I hope this old boat will stay afloat as we go.
Don't mind, maybe you'll sink or swim. Oh, I don't mind, maybe you'll sink or swim. Oh, I don't mind, maybe you'll sink or swim.
Take two, because audio technical difficulties are the worst.
They are the worst. But the good news is we had a really good story. We should cover it real quick because I don't want people to miss that.
Yeah, let's recap the intro. We did a little clappy clap, 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 clappy birthday. We started with something like that. Then we went into the, you said something about a meat store.
Yeah, cutting room floor. And then you should tell about your brilliant idea you had.
Well, we had an idea of instead of carpet or wood for your floor, you have, well, you suggested the square stakes.
Yeah.
And it's tiled, your floor's tiled with meat. And then we were getting on to, what was it? Like kids soccer games when they go to Dairy
cleats.
Queen. Yeah, with their cleats on. And instead of going to Dairy Queen, they'll go to the meat store with the meat floor, tenderize their flank steaks. And I don't know, they'll just have after soccer practice steaks instead of ice cream.
Yeah, that's protein. That's better for you anyways. And it's kind of, it's interactive. It's like, all right, kids, let's go. You know, they drive the school bus or the soccer van down to the Jim and Pep's meat floor store, and they go and they tenderize their steaks, and then, you know, they stomp around. And I imagine like tub thumping is playing, like I get knocked down, you know, and they're just like kicking, stomping on this floor, and then they, you know, bring them some mac and cheese, some mashed potatoes, and then there's steaks that they tenderized with their feet.
Did the I haven't played sports professionally, but do you know if that tradition carried on into major leagues? You know, you play your football match or your Quidditch round, and then do you go home or do you go out with ice cream with your teammates?
That is brilliant. That's a brilliant thought. And I wish we knew someone who was like a pro athlete. We should try to get somebody on the podcast and ask them like questions like that. Cause I'm curious, cause I grew up, you know, I played soccer my whole life. And then afterwards, again, we go to Izzy's, we go to Dairy Queen, places like that. And I agree, like pro football, soccer, basketball, they should have the two essentials. One, after game, they get like Rice Krispie treats and like whatever treats the moms brought. And two, after like the season or the games, you know, they go to like Izzy's or Dairy Queen or things. So I hope they do that. I think a lot of them probably just end up getting in their Escalades and then doing like some sort of like drug on their private jet. So it's probably not as glamorous.
Well, I don't know. Maybe Tom Brady, maybe the reason he wins Super Bowls so often is not because he's good, but maybe because he just likes ice cream more than the other team. And he knows if he wins a Super Bowl, his mommy's going to take him out for some delicious ice cream.
Oh, that's probably why he's like, I don't even want the ring. I don't want none of that. He's like, I just want that, what's that? The dilly bar.
I just want one of them dilly bars so bad. I want an ice cream cake, Ma.
Ma just want ice cream cake. And his mom and dad are just like very, they're hard on him, and they're like, you'll never amount to anything. Even after every Super Bowl win, they're like, if you want this ice cream cake, you better win another one, Tommy. And he's like, oh, I don't want to let my parents down. And goes out and he plays his heart out.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you brought up Tom Brady, I imagine after the games, he goes home directly to his house, and there's a room, and it's all just the what's it called? The wallpaper, everything, ceiling to floor is just pictures of his face, and he's like, "Good, yes, Tom
Good,
room."
yes. And he has, instead of Super Bowl rings, he has spoons from each Super Bowl's ice cream afterwards.
Yep.
He like keeps the spoons just because that means more to him than the actual Super Bowl ring.
Yep. Super Bowl rings, they go in a box and then pushed under his bed or in the like, attic. But the spoons, he puts them in the little Dairy Queen cup. He puts them next to his bed. And he's like, yes.
This was my second Super Bowl. I had a Reese's Blizzard. This is my third Super Bowl. We went to Baskin Robbins and I tried 4 of the flavors. And then this is the last Super Bowl when I was with the Pirates from Florida. And we actually got frozen yogurt. I was a little disappointed.
Yeah. The Florida Pirates is my favorite. Just like, I mean, that's a better name than, I don't know, is it Buccaneers or Buckaroos or whatever?
It seems more like something your grandfather says. Come here, Buckaroo. Get on my buckanee and I'll buckabounce you around.
Buckabounce.
Bucka vomit because of all that ice cream.
Yep. There's nothing worse than too much ice cream. I thought about last time I went to Baskin Robbins, I got this really gross like sundae that had like it had like a stale cookie on it, and it was supposed to like, it looked like it'd be really good, but I ate it and it was really gross. Yeah, that's pretty, I don't know, Baskin Robbins is just ice cream Denny's for sure.
I see, it's hard to figure out what is good, what's a good ice cream parlor, because for the most part it tastes the same.
Yeah,
Cold Stone has kind of a weird flavor to me.
it does.
Apparently it's supposed to be really good, but I don't know, it just tastes off to me, kind of like an off-brand Cheerio. I don't know, it just,
me too,
just doesn't taste right. Yeah, Dairy Queen, that's mainstream, and it's mainstream for a reason, because that is how my ice cream is supposed to taste. I don't care if it's fake, that's how it's supposed to be, because that's the culture we live in, where our food is 80% chemicals and plastic.
Yep.
And 20% real. Like, that's American. That's what we're raised on, and we're not going to change now. So,
yep, that's the American way. Is like, let's not, GMOs, MSG or whatever, like all that stuff. It's just like a padding. It's a filler. It's like a bag of Lay's potato chips, just mostly air. But go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Like this whole trend with fast food, it's 100% beef.
Doubt that.
Well, that's not what I want when I come here. I want whatever you are doing that's making this delicious. If I wanted 100% beef, I'd go shopping and get my own 100% beef and make my own 100% beef tacos. But no, I want what you're selling, not what I could get at the store. I want that fake, like, it's kind of like NASA going to the moon. Like, how'd they do it? I don't want, I want Taco Bell's NASA blueprint taco that's special and unique to them. If NASA wanted to be like everyone else, they would have just made vehicles and cars. But no, they're like, we're going to be space bound. We're going to build a rocket ship. Yeah. I want that. 100% rocket ship, not 100% car. Yeah. This analogy is the worst, and I understand that.
No, it's working. It's vibing, man. I will not stop you on that. And I think it's a good analogy because that's why these places are still in business, right? Like these places, they're innovative in the sense that it's something you can't get at home. Like I could try as hard as I want. I'm not going to be able to make a Taco Bell or a McDonald's or Chick-fil-A, not going to be able to make these things at home. And it's funny because when you compare, like if you try to make your own version, let's say like of a Whopper or a Big Mac, you make it and it looks normal. You get the McDonald's one, something's just off about it. It's artificial. The buns look weird. The patties don't really seem like meat. Like I agree with you. You go there for something quick, something that tastes good, and something that is probably not like organic for sure.
Ooh, burpee. We attempted to make our own Crunchwrap Supreme.
No way.
It didn't work because I don't know where you get tortillas that big, but the tortillas you buy in stores are not big enough.
Dude, you are speaking to my heart, because Andrew and I, we've been doing the same thing. We've been trying to make crunch wraps for the last couple years. Same thing. There's always like a $50, like a silver dollar sized hole in the top where all the stuff spills out. It's like it's not quite big enough to fold over. And then I also run into the issue, I wonder if you get this too, where the middle crunchy tortilla, it ends up getting soggy when you press it or you grill it.
Yeah, I'm wondering, have you tried reverse engineering a crunch wrap? I haven't tried it. I'm not smart enough to try it. But buy a crunch wrap, unfold it, see what the diameter of the tortilla is, and then see what the diameter of the toppings are inside, because that would probably indicate how much you can fold it over. So get those measurements and then measure the height of the toppings, because it's all about the toppings. If you put too much, like you said, that's not going to fold and it's going to be a huge gap in the middle. But even if you feel like you're skimping on the toppings, it just doesn't, something's not right about it. It doesn't fill out quite right.
It doesn't. And I think when we're able to be in person again, like you and I do content, I have $1 million, that gave me $1 million like spin off of JG Fresh Food Reviews. We should reverse engineer food. So we should go and get our favorite items and take it apart and like measure it. So we'll be like, okay, this has a quarter cup of lettuce, and the tortilla will like measure it with like, tape measure and everything. And then we'll try to recreate it. I think that would be like an awesome YouTube idea, because I haven't seen that at least I haven't looked for it, but I think it's a good idea. So bravo.
I know there's this one channel, Mr. Squared showed us, and they kind of do that, but we could do a terrible version of that. They they showed us one where they remade a White Castle burger.
Ooh.
It's pretty snazzy.
Nice.
But we're
our own version.
11 minutes in, and I figure I should do this little bit. We are the Power Pack Podcast, a podcast featuring 2 dudes and 0 authentically homemade Crunchwrap Supremes.
We are Crunchwrap Supreme failures, but we have a great friendship. It's not, this podcast it's not mutually exclusive. Again, we're always happy to have you here, have you listening. This is a great space for creativity, goofs, and everything. But it's disappointing that we have found out that this space is not for people who can create Crunchwrap successfully. It's a very hard business.
Yeah, if you've had any success with the technique, because the folding, it looks hard, but it's not. It's easy. You just fold a piece, and then you fold one of the corners that you just made up, and then you take the other corner you just made, fold it up. So it's not a matter of folding problems. So if anyone knows what our problem is, I think it's tortilla size. I think they're using bigger tortillas. Because even when you buy the big ones, it's just not big enough.
I bought the biggest ones possible from Safeway. And Safeway, so far, is the biggest ones I can find. It's like burrito size, what they're called. And those are the ones I used when I made that Lunchables burrito. And they're still too small. And I made crunch wraps with them. And I don't want to skimp, too. And it's funny because even I feel like there's a ratio too. Maybe it's the tortilla, the one in the inside, because when we make our crunch wraps, we actually air fry. We get little corn tortillas and we air fry them, and then it makes them crunchy. So maybe I need to just shave off, like cut it with a pizza cutter, maybe cut around an inch, and that might help with the folding. That might be your trick too.
Maybe this is what you do. Maybe you make your own pizza dough, because I don't know how to make tortillas. I'm assuming all dough and bread is the same. So just make some pizza dough. And do your own flattening of it. Invite the soccer team over. Be like, hey, just walk on my pizza dough ball for me. And then stomp, stomp, stomp. Get it real nice and flat. And maybe just try, I don't know. How do you make that into, maybe fry it?
I think you fry it.
I don't know. Make a tortilla out of your own blood, sweat, and tears. And then see if you can just double the size of a store tortilla, and then go from there.
Yeah, that's brilliant. I think there's multi-purposes with the soccer cleat thing. You can use it for so many different things. You can make pasta, tortillas, tenderize your meat. Because like every time we cook meat, we tenderize it. We got a really nice tenderizer. It's just like the mallet kind. You hit it. But the meat, it tastes better. It's so much more tender when you tenderize it. So imagine having 20 to 30 kids with soccer cleats on, especially metal ones, stomping on your meat. I know the context of that is I'm gonna definitely cut that out. So where are we at? 14.
No, it was great. It's amazing. Keep it.
That is disgusting. It's funny because the context of it, like the intention behind it is it's very pure, but that came across like even after I said it, I was like, it's horrific.
It's so funny. Oh,
gross.
Yeah, I imagine going to these soccer games with a bunch of chicken and throwing it out onto the field as these kids are playing soccer because maybe your arm is just tired of tenderizing meat.
This segment isn't going a good place. Your arms. Gross. There's just too much innuendos there. It's too much.
Well, we'll move on. Well, before I do, this is a true story.
Yes.
One time my mom was making dinner or prepping it, and she put some chicken in a Ziploc bag. And she went outside. I was like, "What are you doing?" And I went outside and she put the chicken under the car tire and ran over it a couple times.
Whoa.
And then took it out of the bag and made whatever she was making. I was like, that's pretty redneck of you, mother.
That's like, well, she's from Texas, right? So you guys are from Texas.
Yeah.
Because that's like, I mean, that's what I call Texas engineering. Like, I'm going to write that down. I want to keep that. That's pure Texas engineering where it's like, it's not a bad idea. It actually makes a lot of sense. And why not? Because the perfect grooves of the tire and it's covered so it's sanitary. And that meat was probably very, very tenderized and it was probably delicious. So
I bet there's a way you can even improve that technique. Get a car jack and lift the car up a few inches or 6 inches, put the meat underneath the tire and then instantly drop the jack. Like the car will fall on the meat, and do that a couple times. I think that'd also be a nice way to do it.
I think that's brilliant. And I could see that that's just like the whip way is you guys are very creative. Like you've got creative brains, and I think I almost want to try that now. I want to go take my car, take it out to the road, put a couple of pieces of chicken in a Ziploc bag, and then just run it over a couple times.
Yeah, or you can go to a soccer game. Either one will work.
Yeah, either one will. That was a funny segment.
It made me chuckle.
It made me chuckle. You know what? I'm just going to leave it because there's nothing bad there. It's just like, no, it's everything. Just,
It's wholesome. It's fun. Speaking of wholesome and fun, have you seen Gangs of New York?
Oh, it's been a very long time. Yes, I have seen it. I remember it being very long, and as a child, I remember it being very like strange as a child watching it. Yeah.
Well, I've never seen it, but I can assume that from the movie, it'll depict what a gang is, and that being what I would come to think of being a group of friends who kind of wear the same clothes. Maybe they come up with their own sign language handshakes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe they solve mysteries together. I don't know. What do you think of when you think of gang? What do you think? What do you think of?
I think depends on it's almost like location, because if you talk about gang in like a very like at a yuppie middle school in like, I don't know, like Silicon Valley or something. Let's say like a nice influential middle school. When somebody's talking about the gang, they're probably talking about, oh, it's just a group of kids. They're hanging out. They're riding their scooters around. Like you said, maybe wearing the same clothes, things like that. But then if you go to a not so nice area, it's all socioeconomic thing. Then if you think of gangs, you're like, oh, the one, like in Chicago or St. Louis, it's like, oh, the ones, just up to no good. And yeah.
So that's a good point, the location. So do you think that this gang mentality can manifest itself into rats? Say uptown versus downtown?
I think it could, because rats are dynamic creatures. They make their way through sewers, and most importantly, I think I know what you're getting with here. They can make their own gangs. They can make their own gangs.
I like how you said sewers. I don't know why it sounded the way it did to me, but it's like sewers. Like sewers. It just sewers. I don't know, you had like a valley girl type thing with just the word sewers.
Sewers.
I don't know. Sewers. It was fun.
I'm gonna look back. I'm gonna listen to that. I'll have to hear it, because it's funny, because when I think of maybe it's just like one of those words, because I've there's certain words that I've said before and I've gotten made fun of, that I don't know if that's one. I never talk about sewers, See,
the first time you said it there was normal, and then you started to think about it.
I got in my head. I've been told that I'm going to say it right this time, but people say you're supposed to say birthday, but I pronounce it birthday, like kind of like drop the th on it, and I've got made fun of for that too. It's like, come on,
so
just let me.
You're birday, birthday.
Birthday, yeah.
It's your birthday.
It's birthday, yeah. See, it's like adding that th. It's like my philosophy. It's like if you're, let's say you're supposed to get from point A to point B. And there's the only way from point A to point B is this windy road, right? Zigzagging. But you realize you find a shortcut and you cut straight through, save yourself 10 minutes. That's my mentality with some of these words. Just like cut some of that out, move along. I could say it quicker. It's like birthday,
I think words over 3 syllables just come across as arrogant.
Yeah, they do.
Even the word arrogant is pretty arrogant.
Yeah. It is.
I think we should try and do a podcast with only 2 syllable words. And if we start saying a word that's over 2 syllables, we have to stop at 2 syllables.
Oh, okay. So it would be kind of like this. See, that's working. So I'll read some rap lyrics, and then we'll see what happens. Let's type in, who's a rappist? A rapper. There's all sorts of goofs in this. That's probably why they call them rappers.
Yeah, like, because lyricist, someone who writes lyrics.
Yeah.
Vocalist, someone who sings vocals.
Yeah.
A rappist, someone who raps.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to read I'm going to read some lyrics from Godzilla, and I'm going to make sure it's only 2 syllable words.
Okay. Let's do it.
I can swallow a bottle of Alco, and I'll feel like Godzilla. Better hit the deck like the card dealer. My whole squad's in here, walking around the party. So far, he's only using 2 syllable words. I thought he was a lyrical genius. A cross between a zombie, Pac, and B. Bobby, the brain. These are all 2 syllable words. All right, I'm going to find his 3 syllable words. Alcohol, Godzilla, apocalypse. Okay, so there's 3. Wrestle, shady, consider. So far, there's only been 4. Insomnia. Okay, now he's getting some later in the verse. Hydroxycut. I don't know what that word is. An AA with an AK melee. Finish set and play a play day. Better vacate, retreat like a vacay mayday. This beat is cray cray ray. J-A-A-A laughing on the way to the bank. I spray flames. Wow, Eminem. You're so fun.
That's the new Eminem, too. That's new
Eminem. I ain't no Skittle. I like to rap rhymes and make some riddles. Oh.
I imagine that's what the, like, you know, I think he's in his, like, mid to late 40s, Eminem. That's what he sounds like when you talk to him, is he only talks in riddles.
I got a dog with paws and he lives on a log.
They're like, and we need to talk about your new record, and we got to talk of the paperwork, and we need to discuss your financials.
Oh, I got the Bitcoin. Got Bitcoin in my groin. Oh, what's that? Macaulay Culkin? No, what's that? There's an actor that rhymes with groin. Post Malloy is what I was thinking.
Malloy, like a pork loin. Post Malloy.
I got Bitcoin in my groin, like Post Malloy eating a pork tenderloin.
Love your I love your midlife crisis, Eminem. It's a great. I add that to the.
I got my sports car. I go far.
Oh my god, that's my favorite. I got a sports car that can go far. We should make a joke rap Eminem song. I'll make a beat and you can just rap that kind of nonsensical stuff over it and it'll just be perfect.
Yakety yak, I dye my beard black. That's not whack. That's what the kids do.
It's true. He does have a black beard. Yeah.
Blackbeard the pirate. Blackbeard the pirate. Eminem should be on the next Pirates.
He should.
Take a look at my Captain Hook. I'm gonna walk the plank, throw a book, and waves in this ocean, make the boat show.
He can only be in Pirates of the Caribbean if his only like dialogue is like rapping and like rhyming.
Where's your mom? She got the rum. I want her bum. Okay, here, calm down.
Yeah,
calm down, Blackbeard.
Getting a little frisky there.
Getting frisky with some cat food.
Meow.
Darude to get in the mood to get some cat food with my dudes. Blackbeard the pirate.
In the mood to eat some cat food with my dudes. That's another one that's like, that's perfection. I was gonna say, I think we were talking about making noodle folk, and I talked to that character Ronnie Rotini who only talks and raps, and now I think you should be that character with that exact voice, and it'd be so good.
I'm down.
I just love the idea of a character in any movie or TV show that it's like they never. It could be like a part of the movie or the thing where something really bad happens, like they, you know, their pet dies or they like go bankrupt or something, and like they're like crying but they're still rapping. Like I think that'd be so funny. It's like it doesn't matter what's going, happy, sad, in between, they're rapping.
I stubbed my toe. I'm really sad. I don't know. I'm out of rhymes right now. I'm kind of, my tank is depleted.
No. You're gonna need a big scoop of certain something to make you feel better. Because we're going in to the Butter Dome.
I clapped at the back. We're gonna do some more rap, but don't. And my friend Josh Kosh is over there all alone. Maybe not. Maybe Andrea is with him making some dinner with a winner. Chicken dinner. Fidget spinner.
Oh, fidget spinner. What? Are we, we're back in the Butterdome, aren't we?
We're here. We're slippery. We're slimy. We're grimy. It's timey. Old timey. Oh, I thought of another Buccaneer one. With Buccaneer, like you're not far-sighted, you're Buccaneer-sided.
Ooh.
Anyways, we're here. In the Butterdome.
Oh, welcome to the Butterdome. We're going to start off the Butterdome. This person isn't necessarily this special person. They don't donate money, but you know, what is money? In this day and age, we have things like Bitcoin, Dogecoin, things like that. Money is just, it's becoming irrelevant, but things that aren't are friendship and dedication. And this person who's actually on the podcast for Mr. Kyle McCracken, he listens to every podcast episode. He He'll even throw in.
Loser.
He does. He actually does listen to every single one, I think.
Wow, what a nerd.
Yeah. But, Kyle's a great guy. And Kyle sent us a special little news article about rats. Let me pull it up. Actually, there's hold on. Stupid Apple makes me do Face ID. Okay. So what do we got here? Is this the one? This one? Okay. So I'll read off the little thing. So Kyle McCracken sent us a little news article from The Atlantic. It's called New York City has genetically distinct uptown and downtown rats. Basically, different rats have different genetic makeup, essentially. And I'll just read this first part because it's really funny. New York City is a place where rats climb out of toilets, bite babies in their cribs, crawl on sleeping commuters, take over a Taco Bell restaurant, and drag an entire slice of pizza down the subway stairs.
That makes me want to move there.
That's just, I haven't read the whole article, but that's like the first thing they say. And it pretty much sounds like rats own the city. It's like New York City. It's kind of like if you go to, like, for instance, we took a road trip to Northern California a couple years back, and there's a bunch of caribou everywhere, or like elk, whatever. No, they're elk. But they're everywhere. They're on the roads. So it's like that, but tenfold, where there's probably more rats per capita in New York than people, I imagine.
Would you be an uptown rat or a downtown rat?
So we're going to dive into this in our very first JJ Fresh science analysis. Let me pull up Google Maps real quick. So I haven't been to New York. I've never been to New York. But I'm going to look it up now. So New York.
If I remember right, downtown is more where like the Statue of Liberty is, and I think Manhattan, I guess. I think it gets nicer the farther down you go. And then I think the farther up you get Compton. No, wait, is Compton in New York? I know Harlem's in New York.
Oh, Compton's in California. It's like
what was it? There's another one, Harlem and
the Bronx.
The Bronx. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
So that's uptown.
I think that's uptown.
And I'm looking. That looks like uptown because there's a certain part. Yeah, the Bronx. Like it looks like the Bronx Zoo. I'm just looking at the thing, but yeah, Manhattan. So Times Square. I think I'd be a downtown because I like downtown. And I haven't been in downtown New York, but I think I'd be downtown. It just seems like the nightlife. It seems fun. Like if you were a rat in downtown, it seems like there's a lot to do.
I'd have to go uptown just because right now where I live, I feel like it wouldn't be that much of a change.
Than being an uptown rat.
Yeah, I'll be used to the sirens and the pop, pop, pop. Be one of them Harlem rats.
Oh, Harlem trotters.
Harlem. I was just about to say that.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Oh wow, we think like the same. We're like one rat, two rats, one brain. We're like Siamese rat twins. No, we're the ones that are joined at the head. What are those rats called? Conjoined rat twin.
Conjoined rat twins. I want to Google it, but I don't want that on my computer. I just really don't. But if you want to Google,
would you rather be one rat with two heads or two heads with one rat body? Wait, that was the same thing. One rat body with two heads or one rat head with two rat bodies?
I think I'd want I'd rather have the two heads because one body. Could you imagine having two? Like, you know how confusing that would be? You'd have to eat twice as much food. You'd have to, because you can split all your meals. You're probably really healthy because you're splitting all your meals with your second head. So for me, I'm definitely the two head. Like having two heads, like that seems way more probable, I guess.
I think if you had two bodies, you'd be kind of like a little pontoon rat. You could swim real fast, maybe. Probably do some synchronized swimming moves that haven't been invented yet. You could be really unique. You could be a real unique rat. But I guess you could if you had two heads too.
Yeah.
Oh, if you had two heads though, if you could tell the stupid head to get that cheese out of that trap, and if it snaps off from the trap, then you're down to one head and you're in control.
Yeah, that's science. I mean, I won't argue with that. That's science.
Do you think they have Scotland rats? Are rats a thing in Scotland? Did they migrate from Scotland?
I wish Kyle was in the same time zone as us, because then we could have a segment called kind of like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, where they call their lifeline. We could have a Let's Ask Kyle in Scotland, so we could just call him.
What time is it in Scotland right now?
He's 8 hours ahead of me, so he is.
So he's 6 ahead of me.
Yeah, so he's 6 hours ahead of you.
7 to 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. It's only 1 a.m. You think he's still up?
He might. You should message the WhatsApp thing and just say at Kyle McCracken, you up?
Yo, Kyle, we want to know if you have rats over there.
Yeah.
And how did they get to New York?
You should ask him that. I think he'd appreciate that. He'd love to hear from you, I think. So you should ask him
I don't know.
if they have rats in Scotland.
He moved all the way to Scotland to get away from us, I think, is what his brother told me. I don't know if any of that's true, but let's dip and dive into the announcements. We have 0. But I do want to shout out some people who contribute to our content. I want to shout out a few comments we have on our latest podcast video, episode 60. If you want to be on this new segment as of right now, just leave a comment. Say something. We'll say hello. Mr. Squared loves him some JJ Fresh content. I'm going to reply right now in real time.
Ooh, do it. Love that.
I love me some squares. Circles suck. Cool, Mr. Squared. And Crumb Baby, obviously, all-star of the comment section. And a guy named Thule, or a lady named Thule, I'm not sure, says, whoops, my screen's going crazy. Hey, bro. I will say, hell, bro. That's like hello, but the way it spelt it. Cool. Share the podcast. That's the announcement. The end.
That's the announcement. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. That was great. I like the replying in real time too. That's great.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give back. You know what I'm saying? Give back. Some little typey poos on the keyboard.
Type that. Yeah. I like the new segment. We're going to do that every week now. So if you want to be a part of that, as John said, just leave a comment. Leave one out. Patreons, we're spoiled. We're spoiled rotten. I think we've made over probably $20 at least from Patreon. I want to thank our cows, our Crumb Baby, Gary Bilson, and Gary Graphics. These 3 people are basically the reason John and I are able to put food on our tables. The reason we're able to keep clothes on our backs. Keeps the gas in the hypothetical car of creativity. So thank you guys for feeding us, clothing us, bathing us with your Patreon buckaroonies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm navigating our Patreon. This site is the most confusing site ever.
I haven't been on it.
It's a weird one. Anyways, what's next? So you did the cows. We have no emails. Do we have some fun things on Discord? Let's plug the Discord. You should. If you're not on the Discord, here's what you're missing. You're missing some of the greatest chit chats that the internet has to offer. Over here on our general chat, which is all the little rats can chat, we have a nice gif of Barney in a top hat. Courtesy of Captain Karsh. Crumb Baby posted a picture of Aaron Carter in a onesie doing like the splits in the air. That's nice. Yeah. So, I mean, those 2 things alone should motivate you to go. Josh in real time just typed greasy rats, and I'm going to reply to him, greasy rats with a capital R. You didn't capitalize the R. So there's a correction. Oh, it's okay. We want to make sure we use proper whatever that is. What does capitalization fall under? It's not grammar. It's
I think it
is it grammar? It's what's the word? I'm a rat. Okay, see? So the Discord is fun.
Mm-hmm.
How do you join the Discord? Well, if you're watching this on YouTubes, you just scroll down, and then you'll see. Actually, how do I do it? I'm on it right now. Oh, show more under the description, and oh, whoa! Look at all that links and stuff. Oh, there's a Discord server link. I'm gonna click it, and then you either download it or just stay in your web browser, and then boom, you have a direct line. It's like a can of wet cheese. It's just you don't have to put it out of a package. You don't have to cut it smaller. It's ready to go to spray inside someone's mouth or yours or on some crackers.
Exactly.
So open up that canned cheese, boy. Start spraying in the Discord channel.
Do we have any? What's our wet merch looking like too? I was just looking at that. Oh yeah, it's my brother bought that. It's still pretty amazing. It's very amazing actually. That's a great. I actually want to go. I'm like not even in the mood for canned cheese, but I want canned cheese now. Like I don't think I'd even eat it. Oh, I'm still recording. Okay. That's perfect. Let's do it.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, clap.
Clap.
Okay. Anyways, what were we talking about? Sorry. Technical difficulties.
Oh, it happens. I'm sorry your computer's doing that. You know what? Computers are like people. They need little.
You know what? The last
naps,
time
and
I
you need to
took some
water
bubble
them
bath to my
and bathe
computer
them.
was probably a couple months ago. I think it's time for some more bubbly bath. Mark McGrath in a bubble bath.
Yes. From up the draft in the bubble bath from a boy who works in the techie world. Make sure to this is a little announcement. Make sure to update your operating system. Make sure to update your web browser. Make sure to just update stuff. So
Do you
that
know
you
what
don't
Open Meet now is?
ransomware.
I have no idea what that is. Is that a Windows thing? Meet? Because I type it into my search bar and it doesn't show up. But it's an icon on my stupid computer and it shows up when I boot up and I don't know what it is. What is Overwolf? Hold on. What is all this crap on my... What is Overwolf?
It's called...
I'm learning all these new weird programs that are on my computer when I don't want them to be. Exit Overwolf.
Wipe it.
I don't know how I have Bluetooth on my computer, but turning it off. Get out of here, Bluetooth. What else can I turn off?
You do. Apparently you do.
Anyways, what else? We kind of got derailed with my tech difficulty again. So what are we going to bathe ourselves in? Oh, I could tell you about the salad that disappeared.
Oh, it
was spooky, scary.
I just saw the text.
I went to the store,
spooky,
and I picked up a salad. And what else did I get? Some blueberries, I think. Some strawberries, some bananas. I think that was it. Those 4 items. And I went to the checkout, and the lady rang up my items, and then put them on the little conveyor belt. They went down to the bagger. He bagged my items. I paid. I said thank you, and picked up my 2 bags. And I kind of looked, and I mean, I only had like 4 or 5 items, so I could easily see if something was missing, and my salad was missing. And I was like, wait, I just saw it was here. So I pulled out my receipt. I was like, yeah, I paid for it. So I said, hey, do you know where my salad is? Because I paid for it. So somewhere between you ringing it up and this bagger guy, my salad went missing. And so she called the bagger back over because he started working on someone else's stuff. And he's like, I didn't take no salad. I was like, I'm not accusing, but I mean, my salad went from me paying for it 2 feet over there, and now it's missing.
Yeah.
And we literally checked all the bags, her bags, the bagger's bags, everywhere. There's no salad. And then she like lifted up the metal little piece at the end of the conveyor belt. And sure enough, the salad somehow crept into that little crack. I don't know how. And it was sitting at the bottom of the belt inside this little weird like hole in the... I was like, how? I was like, what? Like, whoa. How did 3 of us not know that the salad went under there? Like, how did it get under there?
That's insane. That's like the greatest escape story. That's probably more than even Escape from Alcatraz, because how did it get in that spot? And I didn't even know that spot existed. So it's because, they ring it up, they put it on the conveyor belt, and it goes to the end.
It was a chain.
Which store was this? Was this a chain?
But I've seen like little, like the batteries with the cardboard on the end. And so it's kind of like, I've seen that stuff get blocked and doesn't go in. If anything's going to go in that little crack, it's going to be something flat like the battery pack, like the cardboard, not a whole salad. Like, how did that get in there? It was a bag salad. It was a bag. It was a bag salad. It was
salad,
one of those,
or like a plastic bowl?
It was like a good sized salad.
One? Those are thick too. Yeah, I don't know. That's
I was expecting
really
her to like pull out a wand and be like, "Are you ready?"
Why?
Like, whoa, what's happening? Is this like a reality magic show? And then she goes abracadabra and then lifts up the conveyor belt and there's my salad. I was like, "What? How'd you do that? That's amazing." David Blaine, when'd you work here?
Yeah, you'd think. Yeah, I was gonna say you'd think that'd be
my mind
Chris
got
Angel or
fricked.
David Blaine thing, but no,
Mind's
it's
fricked.
just maybe that's her side gig. Mind freak.
Mind freak.
Mind freak.
Food of the loom. Impending doom. Your
Mind
salad's gone.
freak.
Now you feel
Mind
gloom.
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 From the salad doom. But seriously, because when you texted me about ghost salad, I was like, I wonder what that is. And then, but that's crazy. Like, I think my mind's still blown because I buy those salad packs all the time, like the bagged ones. And I just don't understand how it could.
Like, how did none of us notice? Like, you think we would have heard like crunching
the bagger
or something?
didn't notice,
Maybe,
or the lady.
I don't know. Maybe the grocery store is
Yeah.
testing portal technology, and it just the conveyor belt took it through a silent portal, and it just went to the bottom, and they're just testing it, see if it's all intact, or if there's any side effects. I was half expecting her to reach behind my ear and pull out a salad. I'd have been just as amazed.
Seeing if
like, holy cow. And it's not the clapping where your hands are offset.
Around you
it's the clapping where
like, wow.
your hands are matching each other. It's that kind of clap. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, oh,
like
wow,
parallel. Yes. Like,
good job.
Like a seal clap. Yeah. It's one of those, exactly. Like when you go, like you're at like Disney or something, and they do something
yeah,
stupid.
like when
that,
Cinderella gets told she can go outside for the first time after she cleans the bathroom. She's like, "Yay!" Yeah, it's like the really giddy, exciting clap. Like, oh my goodness,
Exactly
I'm so
that.
excited!
Yes.
I'm gonna have so much sugar when I get home. I love sugar. I'm gonna eat some Hostess ding dongs. I'm not even gonna unwrap them. I'm gonna eat the foil and all. I have cavities, but I don't care. I love sugar.
Sugar. I want some Hostess now. That sounds really good. I I'm sorry. I got sidetracked because I was thinking about how gross like Hostess and Little Debbie snacks are, but they're so good. And I'm pretty proud that I think you and I together, so the McCrackens, they had never tried zebra cakes, which is Little Debbie, or Lunchables.
Dude,
we introduced them
and
to both of those.
OCPs
So
back in
it's
the
probably one of my
Wrinkle
proudest
days.
accomplishments as an American. Oh my gosh. Oh, the OC, yeah. Those were like, I remember we'd bring them in and just dump them on, because we were right next to Safeway. Like, I remember always getting
Like
those
$1.30
like snacks,
or
and you get
something.
like a box of them for like less than $2, and then you just go. Yeah, I miss that. You go and then you just buy some snacks for the homies. You know what I'm saying? You just go and you get some OCPs, and you open the box, that like long box. And
You get
just
those
dump
Little
them on the
Debbie
table, and
Swiss
then
rolls, you put them in the
you and your
freezer.
friends eat some OCPs. Yeah.
They're so
I've never
good.
tried that. That is
So good. Oh,
innovative.
but dude,
I've never thought
going
to do
back
that.
to the text earlier, grilled cheese sandwich with Chick-fil-A sauce is the best thing on the planet.
Okay, so walk me through.
Well,
tell
we
me about
keep
the
all our
process
extra
of this. What
Chick-fil-A
made you
sauce in the
think
fridge,
of doing
and we were
because that sounds amazing.
making grilled cheese and tomato soup. So for the grilled cheese, I was like, all right, we're going to butter both sides of the bread. We're going to put the cheese on. We're going to put some turkey on there. And then I looked in the fridge to see if there's anything else. And then the Chick-fil-A sauce was in the drawer next door. Oh boy. So, I flipped that lid open. I said, hey girl,
glowing.
you want to come on down to my sandwich? And Chick-fil-A said, yes, boss. Put me in your pocket. So I put it in my shirt pocket, gave it a ride over to the counter, took it right out immediately. It was the fastest Uber ever. I just cracked that bad boy open. One packet on one slice of bread. That's all you need. And you just smear it like Beckham right all over there. Like, use a knife if you need to. Use your hands, use your paws, whatever. You can ask your in-laws to do it if you don't want to. But make my sandwich. And then just a nice thin coat. And then you just grill it like normal. But for some reason, when you put meat on there, the cheese doesn't melt all the way, but the bread burns almost quicker. So then you have to nuke it for like 30 seconds, but it's still delicious.
That's a really good idea. Oh my gosh. I think that really resonated with me because Chick-fil-A sauce is something about that mixing with melted cheese. And did you do cheddar cheese
we did
or
like
American?
a Mexican
That's
blend?
question two.
We did it weird. We used the thick grated cheese.
Ooh. Oh, that stuff's good.
Like-
I like that. I know I like using that sometimes too. Like, you can't beat that.
Oh,
And
it's so good.
I
Like, we
probably
had
eat more
normal
Mexican cheese
slices,
than
but
any type
I
of
don't know
cheese,
why we
to be
went with
honest.
the cheddar. I guess because we like to pile it on. Yeah, that's why.
You got to pile on. I'm going to make myself a whip cheese. I'll just call it that. Where it's the grilled cheese, Mexican cheese piled on some turkey and Chick-fil-A sauce. That sounds
your
like
taste buds
culinary
gonna
adventure,
be
honestly.
7 minutes in a closet with the sandwich, and it's gonna be wonderful. You're gonna be playing spin the bottle with your grilled cheese, and you're gonna win every time. That's right. I like to play spin the bottle, and I like to put different fast food around me. And if I can't decide what I want to eat, I'll be like, hey, I'm looking at you, Burger King. Oh, hey, girl, Taco Bell over there. I didn't see you. You spin the bottle. And then that's how you pick what you're going to eat for dinner. Oh, look, it landed on the Panda. Ooh. And to bring that bowl on over. Come on now. Ooh. Three entrees. Oh, I'm going to be in that closet a while. Ooh, yeah, eating that orange chicken. Ooh.
The three entrees. It's always nuts. Like, every time I think of Panda Express, so my old job, I used to have to like drive all over the state, right? And so our headquarters for our job is in Portland. And then we had one of our businesses was in Ontario, which is like on the border near like Boise. So like Oregon. Idaho. Anyways, I'd go there for my for work, I'd have to spend the night, and every time, sad association, the only food there, because it's the middle of nowhere, is Panda Express. So I'd get Panda Express, and then like I would eat Panda Express in my Best Western room, and it was always like super depressing. But that's what I think of with Panda Express, because it was like the only thing in this rural town. And I was like, oh, there's a Panda Express, and it was good. It was good, and the 3 entrees.
Dude, I love me some Panda.
Is always way too
but
much
it's one of
food,
those
for
places
sure.
like it's more of a treat than anything, because okay, so we used to from the grocery store, you know those like
Yeah.
frozen bags of like PF Chang's orange chicken type stuff you can get. We used to get that every once in a while until I looked at the ingredients.
Oh yeah.
And I was just blown away by how much sugar is in one of those. I was like, no, I'm pretty much drinking like a 6-pack of
Ew,
cola right now.
yeah.
Like,
With that sauce, yeah.
well, like
teriyaki sauce
the
is just
orange
like,
sauce,
it's basically
the
just
Beijing
like
beef,
sugar
any
sauce.
of that sauce. I was
so
like, holy
gross.
crap. I think it was like upwards of 60 grams of sugar or something. It was just like nuts. And so I was like, I can't, like if I'm going to eat
Ew.
sugar, first of all, I know it's sugar. But if I'm getting tricked into sugar and adding extra sugar, like that's just, what? Come on now. Like I'll eat a donut and I know what I'm getting into. But when I eat a freaking orange chicken and it's sweeter than a Mountain Dew, I'm like, holy, okay, something's no, I can't be doing this. So
That's again, it's like we're ending the episode by where we started. With fast food, it's like it's a blessing and a curse that you don't know what is in it, but it's like, oh, it tastes great. But like you said, the orange chicken, eating
I would
that,
look
it's
it
like,
up.
that's
I
as
don't
much
want
as
my
a Mountain Dew
audio
or two,
to
and that's so
drop
gross to
out.
think of.
because I think it's because I don't know if I don't have too much stuff running. I don't know why it's dropping out, but if I had my phone, I would look it up. I don't know. Look up look up PF Chang's orange chicken and nutrition.
I can look it
facts.
up.
Like it's just orange chicken nutrition facts.
Okay, PF
Like
Chang's.
that home take home package in the frozen section. It's nuts.
Let's see. Let's see. Oh, home menu. Here we go. So, PF Chang's home menu orange chicken.
Sugar, bum, 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 bum,
So
bum,
let's see.
honey, honey.
What's the whole? Okay, so per serving, it's 26 grams of sugar.
And what's a serving in
44
there? Like
grams
2.5,
of carbs.
3.
I think so. Yeah, it looks like around that, and also the sodium. Oh my god!
And
that's
you know, like
disgusting.
when
It's
it says 2.5, 3
930
servings,
milligrams of sodium.
no, that'll serve 2 people once. So you're really getting like, I don't know, 40 grams of sugar in there.
Yep.
It's like,
Oh yeah,
it's like
no,
eating
without a doubt, and that's
eating a piece of
disgusting.
cake.
That's like,
what are you gonna look up?
should I look that up too?
I think Mountain Dew is
Mountain Dew
how much
nutrition.
sugar is in it? Mountain Dew. I think it's like 30. Maybe.
So an account. Oh wow! So how much is in a 12-ounce can of Mountain Dew? And per can, it's just around the same amount, 46 grams of sugar. So one can of Mountain Dew is like pretty much like the same
Oh my gosh.
as a serving of orange
you wanna
chicken.
eat
You were
some
spot
chicken
on
or some
with
Mountain
that.
Dew for dinner. Or we could just take some baked chicken and pour some Mountain Dew in it. Actually, I did do that with some friends.
Ooh.
We made Mountain Dew chicken.
I remember hearing that story. So how
Yeah.
was it?
It was not good. It was pretty bad.
Was it gross? Yeah. I think you should try to make an orange chicken sauce, but instead of using the orange, sauce, you use just a can of Mountain
Okay,
Dew.
wait.
That
If
might
you
actually be really
Figure
pretty
out,
good. Actually,
so
it's
if
probably
you can
really
get
gross.
a Mountain Dew and make the sauce thick like the orange chicken sauce and like syrupy and like glistening and shiny, however they do that, I don't know. Put those chemicals in there and just kind of make it more lime flavored, I think it could be good. So
I think so too.
We're two boys on a podcast, and we're at the end, and we have successfully wrapped this bad boy up. But now the hardest part is taking the knife and curling the ribbons. So, and you need a lot of wisdom and technique and training to do that. So what kind of techniques, training, and life wisdom can we give our little Power Pack gift wrappers out there? Yeah.
That's a beautiful metaphor. I mean, that alone, you're like sprinkling on life lessons and wisdom throughout the whole episode. I feel like for me, I think I'm going to coattail off of your thing, not to do that, but essentially, my wisdom is if you're wanting to be healthier, just look at your nutrition facts more, and then weight that decision. It's like, do I want a can of Mountain Dew, or do I want a serving of orange chicken? And I personally would pick the orange chicken because you get more sustenance, you get some protein, some other things like that. The Mountain Dew, it's not giving you as much. So, and maybe do the same with life decisions. It's like, do I want to move and live in this, this nice affordable house, or do I want to live in this dirt hole that's a bunker? It's like you probably want to pick the house. The dirt bunker might not be able to get oxygen down there. There's probably mold, maybe some structuring issues. But the permits for that are probably horrendous, like the cost. And
wow, I'm going to give you some
parallel
finger to finger claps. Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah, you bow. You bow, boy. A little bow wow.
I'll bow real quick.
Little bow wow, but a bow down, a little pow wow. Some dumplings are scrumptious. Voluptuous dumplings are scrumptious.
My favorite.
I'm feeling rambunctious. Yeah, my wisdom is... okay, so I love sugary treats. I do. But when you get older, it's just, you don't feel good when you eat so much sugar. But I still love it. So I do this thing now, is I bought a thing of Hostess cupcakes. They're like Easter themed. They're purple frosting with this little, little swirly white frosting in the middle. Oh, they're yummy. They're yummy. I'll tell you. I do this thing now where I grab one and I say, "Hey, wife, you want to share a cupcake?" And she goes, "Yes." And I eat half, and then I give her half, and then I don't feel bad about eating a cupcake because I technically didn't eat a cupcake. I ate half a cupcake. So,
yep.
If you want to cut down on your cupcake intake, you better get married.
Thank you for tuning into our regularly scheduled program. Contact Josh and Jonathan at powerpackedpodcast@gmail.com. Support the show at patreon.com/powerpacked. See you next time, you dirty little rat babies.